In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is about to go insane tomorrow and why we should look at it. It's on a massive discount right now, and I think it's a good time for me to share it to this video. We're also going to be looking at some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Now, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. The situation is very weird at the moment. If we look at the Nasdaq was looking bearish from Thursday to Friday, right? And what I told you would happen did happen on that day. We had a massive dump overnight, and then it stayed below for about 10 to 15 minutes before going all the way back up to 29,000. And right now, things are looking very worrisome for short sellers. As the way things stand at the moment, it looks like a bear trap. Time will tell whether this stands or not. Time will tell. But bears are very worried at the moment. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and 2 out of the Mag 7 stocks will be reporting earnings. And if the move, or I would say if the reaction to those earnings, at least one of them, if the reaction to one of them is massive, then it's going to really shake the Nasdaq, whether to the upside or to the downside. But as of right now, the Nasdaq is giving small candles, is going sideways, is testing that level of resistance. If it breaks it, the move will be huge. And I'm talking about the bullish move will be huge. Because all of these people in the box right here, they're all gonna panic and they're all gonna cover. And we're gonna see a big push to the upside. Now, if we check out the SPY not so clean in regards to it being a bearish setup, because there's still this thing right there. Like, I can still argue that it's just getting wider. It's just getting wider. It's just setting up before eventually breaking through it. I don't know exactly when or if it's gonna break through it, right? But for now, as long as it's not going below 7,500. Bulls are hoping for a retest of this line of resistance followed by a break. Right? That will be, at least that's the mindset behind it. So be on the lookout. Be cautious, be patient, and wait and see, especially those reactions to the earnings report. Especially those reactions to those. Now, the first stock that I want to share with y'all in today's video, the stock that is on a massive discount, that one is none other than Oracle. For those of y'all who watched the last video, I told y'all about Oracle because I answered somebody's question. All right, somebody asked about Oracle, about it being a very, very good stock to start buying, and I told you guys that if I was shorting this thing, I wouldn't want to be short down here. Why? Because it's currently at critical levels of support all the way down to here, right? It's quite close. It's like a range. It's this box right there. And right now, what it's doing after falling by almost 60%, let me see, by 50%, after losing half of its value, it's trying to make a comeback. It's trying to bounce. I like it for a potential move to the upside. I like it for a potential move to the upside. Watch how it opens. What we want it to open at 129, followed by a push all the way up to 140 tomorrow. There is a very tiny gap. It's there. It's very hard to see, but it is there. I'm gonna zoom in that way. This is what I'm talking about. This right here. It's present. Although it's small, eventually that's going to have to get filled. And if we see bullish action tomorrow, then any bears who try to short Oracle on Monday, they're all gonna panic and they're all going to cover, and that's going to push the price up even higher. Okay, so keep Oracle on your radar for tomorrow. Now, the next stock, there's 2 stocks. First is Oracle. The next stock that I want to share in today's video is going to be BE. I shared BE 2 weeks ago. I warned you guys about a potential drop all the way down to like 170 some. when it was at 250. It had terrible, nasty price action, but it still fell. All right, it still fell, even though the candles are just horrific and the volume sucks and the contracts are just horrible. Right, the stock still fell. It went all the way down below 200. The gap on the left didn't quite get filled completely, but that's something to worry about for later. But what I see right now, at least something that makes me think that there's going to be a short-term potential bounce, is this. There is a fallen wedge, my least favorite structure to trade. I don't like trading this thing because it's really a hit or miss. Sometimes it performs really, really well. Sometimes it's just terrible. All right. But on the bigger picture, it's Bloom Energy it's been pushing higher and higher throughout the past few months, and now it just looks like it's on the dip. And I'm sure a lot of long-term investors really, really like this stock and are looking to buy back in if they collected profits in the 300s. Right, so with the way it looks, I think it can make a move up to around $260, at least before earnings report. What happens after earnings, I don't really know. I really don't know. All right, but the setup is there. Only 4 hour. They had a big green day today, and I think it can carry on tomorrow and Thursday. I think it might do it. So keep Bloom Energy in your watch list. Now let's do an update. In the last video, I told you guys to watch Dell for a drop, for a move down, for this simple structure right here. All right, so I gave y'all this, and the whole move that I wanted you guys to profit on pretty much happened overnight. All right, I took this and I got rid of it like within the first 15 minutes out the gates before this thing started to reverse. Where is it going to go now? At this point, you have to be really, really, really careful because nothing is stopping the stock from just chopping in its box. Nothing, right? It could just stay in here, chop some more, and then if we see the SPY break above 7,600, then we could see a lot of the semis also follow that move, and we might also see Dell make its way back up towards 450 and even towards 500. Right now in after hours, it's actually up by like $20. I don't exactly know what the news actually is. Maybe it's in sympathy with something else, but it's up in after hours. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. The other one that I mentioned, the other stock that I told you guys to look out for was TSM. This one I gave it to y'all before they even reported earnings, and it did fall. It fell down to 408, and then on Friday it fell all the way down to 390. Right now it's having a little bit of a push to the upside. How long is it going to last? Again, I don't know. There is a gap all the way down to the bottom, and I am tracking this thing for a weakness. Eventually it's going to start slowing down. I don't know exactly when. I'm just following the charts and I'm looking for setups that will justify a move to the downside for this one. But for now, this thing is slowly recovering up. And as long as the Nasdaq continues to push higher, this one is also going to follow it. All right. Now, the last stock for today's video is going to be Apple. Now, Apple is a strange one. It was really, really strong last week. And then this week is starting to show weakness. I'm having the alert right here at 321. And patiently wait. Right? Because the day that Apple closes, below that price is the day that I will be very, very interested in shorting it down to 310. All right, because it had a big move already. Like it has a huge move. I don't know how long it's going to play games up here, right? And also earnings is in the way. So if it just stays out here for a while and then breaks below 320 on the day of earnings, that day, the reaction to earnings might be the reason why we see a dump on the stock. But for now, the only things that y'all should be worried about is Google, which the bears have taken over the stock. Earnings is tomorrow. My quick 2 cents on it. All I have to say is be very careful about this. Be very, very careful about this. This is a great candidate for a gamble because the contracts are really, really cheap too. All right. So there's a really small chance that it can actually collapse all the way down to 300, or spike and take care of this thing at 380. Like it's right in the middle. It's a very good candidate for a strangle slash straddle. Okay, so the same thing also applies for Tesla. And Tesla had a bearish structure on there, right? It's been following it now. And I think I mentioned to you guys that I expected it to go in this gap. And earnings might be the reason why we see it. And if the reaction isn't negative, then the best that I see for Tesla is for the stock to actually spike to 390 and open out here just to take care of this first before rolling back over. It's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, I am not your financial advisor. Do your own research and make your own decisions. All right. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I follow Goodman at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, don't forget to like and follow